All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er update on a Saturday as the Niners boarded the bird today and flew to Indianapolis where Monday Night Football awaits. Niners and Colts from the RCA Dome or whatever they're calling it in Lucas Oil, not the RCA Dome, Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The site of the draft combine will be the site of Colts Niners in Week 16. All right, let's talk about all the news and notes from 49er land today. Of course, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, two locations, Emeryville, Corte Madera. They're opening a third location in Petaluma in 2026. Thanks to Damon and Mary for being the proud sponsors of the Krug Show. Appreciate them. Go check them out. Get the brisket chili. It's all amazing. Great food. You'll go there once. You'll be a fan for life. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Let's get into some of the news and notes from this Saturday. There's a bunch of them. Renardo Green is out. This is the list of guys that are out. Renardo Green's not going to play in this game. He's got a neck injury. They took off the blue jersey on Saturday, but it still wasn't good enough for him to go. So he's out. He's not going to make the. He might make the trip, but he's not going to play in the game. Darrell Luter is likely to start for the 49ers. So Luter's a bigger bodied guy. He doesn't run as well. He's not quite the cover man of Green, but he's a good player and he'll do fine. Ricky Pearsall with the ankle and knee also is out, and he will not travel to Indianapolis. So there will be no change to his status. Curtis Rourke also out with the knee injury. So those guys are out. And then Yetur Gross-Matos with the hamstring did not practice on Saturday. But he's still kind of 50-50. We're going to see. He's questionable. We'll find out between now and game time if Gross-Matos is going to go. It would really help if he did because he's having a phenomenal year as an interior rusher. Now for the Colts, they're going to be down Daniel Scott, their safety. He's out with the knee injury. Sauce Gardner, he's got the calf/Achilles. And of course, there's no Mooney Ward either. So no Mooney, no Sauce. They're down their top two corners. In fact, Mekhi Blackman and Jonathan, I believe Abrams is going to start at cornerback for Indianapolis. So Jonathan Edwards, excuse me, I was reading that wrong. So Jonathan Edwards, who's an undrafted free agent, and Mekhi Blackman will start at corner. No Sauce Gardner, no Mooney Ward. As far as DeForest Buckner, he did not practice on Saturday. You know, a lot of the talk is that DeForest is going to go on Monday night, and I think he is going to go. But he didn't practice on Saturday, and we'll see. He's trying to make his way back from an injury. Bernard Ryman, their tackle, also is questionable. If he's out, they're down their two top offensive tackles in this game. So this could be the Niners going against the Colts without DeForest Buckner, without both starting offensive tackles, and without both starting corners. So that is interesting. Now, the NFL did fine Titans safety Kevin Winston Jr. $23,100 and change for his hip drop tackle last week against Ricky Pearsall. Lynch and Shanahan referenced this week. They thought Winston Jr. would be fined for that hit. Sure enough, he was. Now, that doesn't help Pearsall play against the Colts, but it does take a little money out of the pocket of Kevin Winston Jr. We should tell you these 49er practice reports all season long are brought to you by our friends at Plank, the 50,000 square foot entertainment eatery inside Jack London Square there in Oakland. They just opened the Hub, a brand new sports viewing space. They've got a massive 30-foot media wall. They've got over 70 TVs. It's a great spot to watch every game. They got great food, specialty cocktails. They got a huge 15,000 square foot outdoor beer garden, 49 different beers on tap. You can bring the kids. They have bowling. They have 12 lanes of bowling. If you like to bowl, I love to bowl. Bocce, arcade games. Kevin and I bowled there, about a couple months ago. Right now, if you're a Krug Show listener, you get 15% off bowling, games, food, and non-alcoholic drinks through the end of the year. Just mention my name. It's a great place to have your holiday party or host your family or your friends at work, your team at work. PlankOakland.com. Check it out. PlankOakland.com. All right, a couple other notes from this Saturday. As far as today, the guys who practiced in full, Tatum Bethune practiced in full. He's back. He's going to play Monday night. Bethune's been out with the high ankle sprain, but it's helped him rest up the rest of his body, and I think that was a rest that he needed. He was getting more and more beat up as the season went on, but he's now rested, recovered just in time to see if he can stop Jonathan Taylor. Jordan Elliott was a full participant today. So was CMC, Sam O, Trent Williams, Curtis Rourke, D. Winters. They were all full participants at practice today. Nick Martin. We have seen the last of Nick Martin, it sounds like, in 2025. The Niners put him on IR today. He's still having concussion symptoms. What a weird year he had. He was only up for 7 games. He had 11 tackles. He had a forced fumble. He really demonstrated like another level athleticism. Like no other Niner defensive player really has his kind of athleticism, and yet couldn't get him on the field. Could not get him on the field. It's either a failure of the personnel department because they picked the wrong guy. It's a failure of the coaching staff because they couldn't coach him up. It's a failure of the player to not adapt to the pros. Third-round draft choices who have that kind of athleticism are supposed to play, and he didn't play. And we'll find out where his career goes from here. I think it's very much a question mark for sure. Now, why is he not playing? The Niners have opted to go with Eric Kendricks. Kendricks could be called off the practice squad for Monday Night Football. He's the veteran. They decided to go sign Kendricks, and Kendricks, we'll see if it's a good move. Kendricks has gotten torched in pass coverage in the last year or so, but he's a very good run defender, and he's a smart veteran linebacker. We'll see if he can give him something starting on Monday night. And we should also tell you that probably one of the big stories of the day on this Saturday is that Brandon Aiyuk posted a video on Instagram of him driving over 100 miles an hour by Levi Stadium in what I think is like a 25 or 30 mile an hour zone. I don't know. It's one thing to be like a car buff and all that, but to post, video of you driving by, it just, the immaturity level is off the charts. It's really crazy. It reminds me of like somebody in high school who would drive like super fast past their girlfriend's house. I don't want her to see me. I'm going to drive super fast past the stadium so nobody recognizes me. Very odd. I don't know what he's going through right now, but, what can you say? It's, you would think the 49ers would have had some indications of what kind of guy they were dealing with when they gave him the contract, but who knows? There's probably a lot to this story we don't know. But it sounds like you got a young man who's got a career-altering injury, who has now walked away from guaranteed money, some kind of internal feud with his team. I would imagine at some point the 49ers are just going to release him, and he'll be out there to sign with anybody he wants. And he'll be out there to. It will be interesting to see where he goes from here next. Obviously he's done with the Niners, and they will. What direction does he go? Lynch was asked about it this week on KNBR. He said, hey, you know what? I don't want to talk about it. We'll deal with it later. And that's kind of their mindset. They're not dealing with it now. But you kind of wonder what the guy's going through, going 100 miles an hour in a 25 zone. That's, it's not even funny. It's, you're a menace to society when you're driving that fast. You're risking the lives of others. So it's not something, I know it sounds like no big deal and this and that, but it is kind of a big deal. Obviously seems like the guy almost like a cry for help. Who knows what's going on, but that is the latest on Brandon Aiyuk driving 100 miles an hour in a 25 zone by Levi Stadium and posting it. This is where we're at in 2025. This is like, hey, I'm gonna break the law, commit a crime, and then I'm gonna post it. So who knows? But there you go. We're brought to you by PlankOakland.com. We're also brought to you by Pig in a Pickle. And we should tell you, before we get out of here, the entire football season, all season long, on the Krug Show is presented by our friends at Sleeper. This football season is presented by Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. It's a one-stop shop. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chat, season-long leagues, and of course, Sleeper picks for daily fantasy. Use promo code Larry, and Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. Links in the description. Terms and conditions do apply. We've had a lot of fun with Sleeper, man. Sleeper's been a lot of fun. So big fans of Sleeper. Thanks to them. Thanks to Pig in a Pickle. Thanks to our good friends at, we even mentioned our good friends at Sharp Corners Sports Cards and Collectibles. But Anthony Catania has been a great sponsor of the Krug Show. Sharp Corners Sports Cards and Collectibles, 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove, California, on the Monterey Peninsula. Anthony's at 831-521-5264. Cool thing with Anthony is he's offering free shipping to anybody who's a fan of the Krug Show now through the holidays. So happy holidays, thanks to Sharp Corners, Sports Cards, and Collectibles. And thanks to you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.